Hello everybody and welcome to Slay the Spire, playing as the Silent on Ascension 4. Heart Run, even though we have no key pieces left. This is Act 3, we're going to be facing off against Time Eater. As for the deck, we started off getting a Malaise from Meow, which we had to remove because it was just not the appropriate time. We managed to pick up a Cloak and Dagger, and then later a Blade Dance, which is really nice because we have Pen Nib, Kunai, and Ornamental Fan. We also have Snecko Skull and Twisted Funnel, so we do have a couple of Poison Stabs, the Noxious Fumes, Bouncing Flask. We got an Astrolabe at the end of the last boss, that's why we're down to just 2 upgraded strikes that we got from the Whetstone. We got Caltrops Plus, which is neither here nor there. Leg Sweep, which is really great because it's a big block and also lots of weak. We only have the one source of weak before. And then also Alchemize, which allows us to be very liberal with our potion usage, as well as Infinite Blades and After Image. Both innate, which could create a problem, but we have the Anchor, and I made this innate because we have the Kunai and the Ornamental Fan. So basically we're going to be looking to play, not including this, 2 attacks per turn, so that we get a little free block, as well as increase our ability to raw block. A little bit of card draw, and Tools of the Trade help smooth everything over. Got lots of energy thanks to Ice Cream and Coffee Dripper. We also have the Singing Bowl, and when we got rid of the Malaise, that's why our max HP is out of this world. Okay, so we absolutely have to go here, which means we want to go here, right? That would be 2. I'm going to mark this because I'm going to mark all the fires on the intended path. I suppose from here we could go from here, but we don't want an early shop, and we do like the extra campfire. So if we come here, we have 2, 3 hallway fights, which is not ideal, but okay, Pen Nib's ready to go. Masterful Strike is good. Glass Knife is better, so let's see if we can find that. We did, okay. So there's that. We can get this into play. This is free. And we only need 1 attack to complete these, so I'll do this rather than the Cloak and Dagger because we don't need the block. And look at that, this guy's almost dead already. Oh, that was mostly the Pen Nib Glass Knife though, so it's not indicative of this deck's power level per se. We will get rid of the Bouncing Flask. We're not going to need it. Get this out of the way. 1, 2, 3, but the fight is just over. So we'll go ahead and do it actively to get that Pen Nib up there. Alright, so we're full up on potions, and we do have Alchemize in the deck. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, count that as 7, 8, 9. 9 attacks in a 24 card deck. That's 1 and 3, so roughly 2 and 5 of our cards in hand. So statistically we are going to have enough to fuel these. This is a plus, but let's take the max HP and see if we end up actually needing more attacks or not. Upgrade all cards, no longer heal. That might be okay, right? No longer heal. Our number 1, our max HP is through the roof, and number 2, we're probably not going to have too much trouble blocking, so we probably won't need healing. However, the transition from Act 3 to Act 4, I don't know that I want to take that risk. And then as far as the shops, we don't even have 2 shops to get to. So let's just fight the boss and get the Rare Relic. Rare Relic's probably pretty strong anyway, so. Alright, looks like this is going to be a pure setup turn, which is fine because this enemy allows us that. The Noxious Fumes, it's more about getting it out of our deck than what we expect to reap from it. Alright, still a setup turn, so we don't need a block card. We can go ahead and drink this potion so that this has something to do. 1, 2, 3 for free. Whoops, I was not playing Independent well enough. Should have done that with the Masterful Stab. So these guys have more HP than they otherwise would have. But that should be fine. We're probably not going to need block at all. Alright, so let's leave ourselves the hand room for the moment. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. We're about to get the pen nib, so bang bang. That's just lethal there. And then this will be lethal there. Cool. So basically just got to keep track of a lot of counters. Turnip goes with our ice cream and pear and coffee for a very obnoxious concoction. Concoctious. Let's see. It comes down to whether we feel our draw is sufficient enough. It kind of seemed like it. I don't know if Deflect non-upgraded is worthwhile though. In the last act we were having a little bit of trouble with draw. After Image Plus. Perfect. Now this is very risky because now we'll have 3 innate that we want to play. But we do have the anchor, so that changes things dramatically. Hey, no spiker. Very happy to see that. Alright, so after image, infinite blades. We might as well caltrops, adrenaline. Everything we're playing does 2 now, so that's pretty great. And this should be all we need, actually, right? We're taking 19. We have 19. Cool. Whose demise should we expedite? I guess the one that's not already weakened. So that first turn wasn't so bad. Thank you, Anchor. We are at triple digit at max HP. I only just realized that. Wow. Okay, so 1, 2. We don't actually need it, so we'll do that. Perfect lethal. Alright. Pen nib's nice and loaded up for the next fight. Good times. Oh, we forgot to use a potion. Oh, but we didn't actually... Huh. Did we not draw the Alchemize? Weird. We don't need the weak potion. We've got Natural Eyes and Leg Sweep. So... Piercing Whale would be helpful. Oh, this is such a tedious fight. Alright, so mostly we need block here. And unfortunately all the block we get is going to be passive, so let's do this, this, this. And this is another 10 block, so there, at least there's that. Pen nib's somewhat wasted, but that's fine. Oh, we've changed his disposition. Okay. So I'm not going to hit him with the last Shiv. I wasn't paying attention to that, but we do need to make sure. This is a fight we'll probably be leaning on the poison kind of heavily, and the caltrops that we got. Alright, so there's Alchemize. Let's save it for the moment. Okay, so that's our 3 attacks for the turn. What does that leave his disposition at? 13 by 3. That's pretty nasty. But we can block it. So, in fact, if we use this, we can do it with probably less cards, fewer cards. And again, we're not going to hit him again, even though the poison would help expedite the fight, because we don't want to change his disposition to the one where he permanently adds a curse, because that would severely ruin our day. Leg sweep is amazing here. So let's say we're not going to get our 3 hits in, but we do have it as a backup if this leaves us with an unfavorable disposition. And we are fine. So we can get these into play to expedite the fight. Weakness should make it easier to block on subsequent. So now it's just a patience game. We'll get in our digs where we can. Otherwise the caltrops and the poison are going to be how we win. Alright, so 1, 2, we do have the pen nib coming up. But if we were to make use of that, we would not be able to change his disposition in the event. So we're just going to have to play it cool here. I suppose we could do this just to see where it leaves us. 13, we already have that in terms of block. So we don't need the piercing will here. Let's just play it patient. Ice Cream's going to be out of this world for this fight because we're taking it kind of slow. Okay, so he's trying to give us the right away. Alright. 2, 3, 1, 2. Yikes, we have to change that, and we're going to have to play both attacks to do it, so we got to hope it doesn't go. I don't think it can go from curse to curse, so we're fine there probably. And we have full block, and we extend the weakness. That'll expedite things a great deal. See, 1, 2, blocked. So I'm actually going to just do this. Let it ride, because we can just like pass next turn and it's over. For that reason, we'll probably play 1 attack just to grow the pen nib, and then just pass to end it. There we go. Alright, Swift Potion's actually pretty good. We are a little bit deficient in draw. So I'll go ahead and do this. After image number 3 would be excessive. If I was to take this, I would not upgrade it, because that would be a big problem. The expertise I really like here though, because it's hard to tell from that last fight alone, but last we knew we have more energy than we have stuff to spend it on, and that can bridge that gap fairly nicely. Alright, so what would we upgrade here? With the pickup of expertise, we don't need this. I'll tell you what, let's do the tools of the trade, because if we were to draw this in our opening hand, it would suck, because we have 3 innate cards. So this would allow us to get it down and get 2 block while we do it. So pen nib is full right about now. That seems really good. Eek. We have to play acrobatics to get an attack. Found one, finally. Or 2. Want to play it that way. We do have lots of block. So the shivs would be worth 8 and 4, that's 12. We do this, that's 18. Plus 5 poison, that would kill him. So let's do that. Alright. Gotta try and keep these wounds down, because we had a draw problem. With the Expertise Plus, maybe that's not the case any longer. Well, we do have the tools of the trade in play already, so there's that. Found the Expertise. This is actually the weakest card in our hand right now, which is saying something, I think. Alright, so let's get this into play. Masterful Stab hits for 16. 1, 2, 4, that's 6, 7. So we're not going to have enough attacks to this, so we can just use this naked. That plus the poison kills that off. So we have to do 24 to this guy. And we literally have 5, 6, 4 damage cards. So that's nice and even. Lots and lots of block. Alright, let's get that into play. Alright, so there we go. We're probably all set up now. We have too many powers, but we have what we need to manage it, it seems. Okay, so this turn might be slightly challenging, but it doesn't look like it will be. Masterful Stab on the pen nib's just enough to get rid of the one dagger, so we can say 1, 2, 3, play that, and where does that leave us? Full block, weakness for days, poisoned. I think we got this. We don't need that, that's for sure. Alright, so 1, oh, yeah, acrobatics. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and look at that. 8, 9, that worked out nicely. And we got lots of dexterity. This is interesting. 3 of the cards we start off with in our opening hand are spoken for, so that would probably not be the best use of that. How much is Glass Knife worth at this point? 20 plus the 3 poison here, so that's just lethal there. Need to keep that. Let's get rid of this. Actually, the Bouncing Flask, we can get rid of this. So 1, 2. Oh, you know what? Just to get max value from the Bouncing Flask, we kind of have to do that. So, that's probably way lethal. No! Okay. That's fine. We have full block. Good enough. Oh, yeah, Caltrop. Caltrop victory. Toxic Egg! You're a little late. It's the middle of Act 3. Well-laid plans would allow us to save our Piercing Will and Expertise Plus for when we actually need it. Hold on to the Alchemize if I like it. Shrinks the overall deck rotation, which means we'll be a Shiv-generating machine. I would say nothing here is essential. We don't need to upgrade this because we got the Expertise Plus, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the key so I don't forget. We're about to go to the chest to grab the key from there, so instead of White Beast Statue, which is actually okay because we have Alchemize Plus. So that's pretty good. That is a hallway fight, not an event. Boo! Alright, so we only have the energy to play 4 out of our 5 powers. Thankfully, one of them is well-laid plans, so that allows us to preserve the other power. Alright, so now we have to be blocking for 10 more than it would otherwise say. It sucks that this doesn't actually account for that, but what are you going to do? I'll tell you what we can do. We can... We don't have any block cards in our hand, which is fine. I'm just trying to make room. 3, 6, 8. So we get 1 fewer. Is that okay? Because I was thinking what we could do. I'll tell you what, actually. Let's do this first. And then we'll do this, because we're probably going to need one block card here. And Cloak and Dagger is a fantastic one. Let's make room in our hand. Okay. 1, 2, 3 energy. 2, 3. 1 pen nib. Unfortunately, it's going to have to get wasted. We get to play that, and now we have all the block that we need. And we were able to do our alchemize. So, not bad. We can hold on to that and that, or this. I think card draw is provided for in one of the cards that we have left. Okay. We would like to play the leg sweep for the extended week. 1, 2. Are we going to get a chance to glass knife with the pen nib? No. So we might as well do this and apply as much poison and get that week rolling. Although we did miss out on getting our third attack in, but it doesn't matter as long as we have full block. Alright, so there's that. We don't get to play 3 attacks this turn. Do we call that a problem? Alright, we need to block for 23. We can't do it. Alright, so we take a little bit of damage. But the fight is over. Oh yeah, caltrops. Unfortunately, it comes after we take the damage. Duplication potion probably worth more than the Blessing of the Forge. Catalyst Plus. We're facing off against Time Eater, and that last fight showed that we're a little light on attack, so I think I'd rather have more steady poison than burst poison. If we had Burst Plus, I would happily take this, because then we could Burst Plus Bouncing Flask Catalyst, which would be absolutely bonkers. But under the circumstances, I think the attack plus, like I just said the word attack, it plays into these better than the other one does. So let's get these all set down. We get an extra energy here. Do we just poison stab? Yeah. And we can save caltrops and Cloak and Dagger for next turn. There was no way to get this. In fact, I think we just need to get used to the fact that there's never a way we satisfy these on turn 1 with this deck, so that's fine. We have our 3 attacks right there. Alright. Can caltrops here. Potion. I don't know. I keep thinking duplication potion would be better served for bouncing flask, but we can be a little excessive here. This is good setup for future turns. We got the poison flask. That's funny. Alright. So that's easy because we can just always just use that in a fight. Let's get that into play. Because of the slow mechanic, we do want to play our skills ahead of our attacks where possible. 1, 2. That is the strongest attack we're going to have this turn. And then another 1, 2, 3. And we have tons of block and don't need any Just holding on to any old 2 cards so that we reduce our overall deck flow, rotating deck. We're looking for a discard here. I guess it does work against the Expertise Plus. That's something to consider. We play these sort of things first. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, in this fight, the Catalyst would have been fine, but at this point, because we've been stacking up the Dexterity, we can block into his powerful turn, so I'm not even worried about it. So, Pen Nib's about to go live, and unfortunately the hardest hitter we have right now is Strike Plus. But anyways, that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, whoops. Should have played this first. That's fine. Okay. I don't remember. Does he actually have any multi-attacks? No. So the Piercing Wail... Well, no, that's not true because of our Dexterity games. Alright. So playing the Piercing Wail at some point just to exhaust it would be okay. But we seem to be doing fine. We've got this as a backup anytime we run out of stuff to do with our energy. We actually have to play a block card, I think. Yep. 32. So we actually take 1 damage, which makes the Masterful Stab a sad panda. Alright, we'll hold on to the Glass Knife over the Poison Stab just because Pen Nib's probably going to be active next turn. Yeah, that 1 damage gave him Caltrops. That's funny. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got that Pen Nib up as much as we could. Bag of Marbles is very good for stripping out artifact layers. I'm looking at you, Spear and Shield. Accuracy. We have way too many powers, but we keep be given reason to take powers. It scales our core, right? Like, even if we just had the Blade Dance and Cloak and Dagger, it'd be worth it, but we have an innate infinite blade, so yeah. I'll take it. I would like to upgrade it, in fact. Alright, so here we should probably use the poison. Let's see. Thanks to the anchor, we don't need Piercing Wail here. Or do we? Do we just play it? We're taking 22. That's 22. Let's exhaust it. Because of the way the deck scales, I don't think we're going to need it again. We should pick somebody to apply this poison to, though. Get it out of our belt so that we can play Alchemize. He wants to hit hard. We'll have to deal with that. Alright, we can deal with that with a simple attack. Yeah, the one that does numerical damage. We'll put that here. So that's 1, 2, 3. And in fact, 1 more kills it, thanks to accuracy. Or ensures that it's dead. We'll do this for the weakness. It's hard to believe how unmanageable one of these things is in the early game. And here we are 3 and they can't touch us. It's funny. Alright, so let's do that. Let's do this. We want to do that. We're not going to get enough block if we do that, will we? So we actually have to do... He's got more strength, but that's going to change. Anyways, 1, 2, 3. Oh, he is done for. Look at that. Well, that's actually kind of a shame. I didn't take Pen Nib into account, because now some of these bounces might go on to him and they're wasted. Yeah. Oh well. Teaches me to be more observant. Yeah, right. You get to a point in the game where it seems like victory is assured and your brain kind of shuts off as far as trying to play absolute optimally. Like, we have a general idea. We want to say 1, 2, 3 every turn, and then after that it's like, what else is there? Okay. Predator is more card draw. Is that helpful? It costs 2 and it draws us cards. So do we feel that we're still in a situation? No, because we haven't really had to play the expertise yet. So I'm going to say no, primarily because it costs 2 and that doesn't play with these very nicely. So let's take them 2 max HP there. Alright, what's in this store? The membership card. So we take that first because that increases our spending power here significantly. We take this because shield and spear. We take this because it's card draw. And we still have enough money for card removal and cloak and dagger. And since we're getting the cloak and dagger plus, I'm actually okay with removing a defend here. As you guys have seen, we've just, once tools of the trade is in play, we're just discarding the, and this plays into the artifacts anyways. So we didn't get a chance to grab secret technique, which probably neither here nor there. This plays with ink bottle kind of nicely, but not so much with time eater. Or heart, for that matter. More so time eater, because with the double after image, we don't care about the heart as far as this goes. But I think we could do without it. We have been in a situation where we might not have had enough attacks to get our 3 per turn. Well, technically 2 per turn. So there's that. Alright, so let's just set up here. There we go. Hey, sweetie pie. My kitty is at my feet looking up at me. Alright, so this is a really good turn to draw the leg sweep. Let's play that. Liquid Memories. So we can do that. We can do that. Still not enough. So I guess we Liquid Memories it for Infinite Week. And now we probably cool it because of the ink bottle, right? There's nothing to do that doesn't just get immediately intangibled, so let's save the draw for next turn. Okay, we will definitely use expertise this turn. 1, 2, 3. So Pen Nib says Masterful Stab. This is only 1 energy, so let's just do it. It completes the fan. Play that. Caltrops and Well-Laid Plans and Tools of Trade. Setup turn. Okay. That's fine with me. Oh! So we won't be keeping the Poison Stab. I failed to account for the bottle. But this works nicely. I mean, he's intangible, so there's that, but we can pump up the jam, as it were. Lots and lots and lots of block. I think I'll discard the burn. Seems like a good idea. We're just playing with our toys here, getting our relics built up there. Probably not worth adrenaline here. We'll just play the Bouncing Flask and be done. Oh yeah, we can hold it. Even better. There we go. Now that he's not intangible, I like the adrenaline better. So we draw a card, whatever we play here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we have full block. Oh, wait, no, we don't. We'll play this just to evaporate it. Now we have full block. I originally wasn't accounting for the burns. Or the fact that he just dies from the poison. Alright, ceramic fish, also way too late. We'll put you with the egg. That's also way too late. We got our keys. Good job. Reflex. The end of our draw engine. Very nice. We have Survivor, Acrobat, but most importantly, Tools of the Trade. In fact, the only reason not to take that is the way it kind of butts up against well-laid plans. Right? We have 2, we draw 5, 6, so we're up to 8. We discard 1. We have a full hand there. Nice. Okay. So last Smith of Act 3. Is it accuracy? It probably doesn't need to be acrobatics at this point, so I'm just going to do accuracy. Well, bouncing flask also, but the time meter does wipe. Okay, so let's do the accuracy over the bouncing flask. Our poison has been steady. We do have multiple poison stabs, so we've been playing a more steady game as far as that goes. But we do not get to play the bouncing flask this turn. Alright, so there's that, and that, and that. And then I guess we need to play this. Not full block. So sad. Sucks making our Masterful Stab cost 1 right away. It costing 0 plays with these so nicely. Right, so we got another 24 to block, but we can easily manage that by doing this. Now we have very little that we have to block. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that works out. Alright, he strengths up, but we're already covered. Next card we play draws a card, pen nibs coming up. So busy turn here. Did not get to discard, but we do have this so we can hold on to it. This draws us a card. There we go. 1, 2. Oh wait, I can Survivor. And we kind of need the block, so yeah. Do it now. We don't need quite that much block, and we get 4 block from doing this. And then if we need more block, which we won't, we could Adrenaline. Which we will do. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12. That worked out very nicely. It's hard to say because with keeping 2 cards, expertise is not as good. And we're going to run out of weakness. So yeah, I'll do the leg sweep over the expertise. Not the easiest decision, but... Okay, we get that weakness back, and we're at full block basically. Alright, so we can play 7 cards next turn, which is good. Our artifacts, our relics are getting full. Wow, we will definitely be able to play 7 cards this turn. 1, okay. 7, 8, that draws us a card. 10, 11, 12. We don't need to block this turn. And then I will keep Leg Sweep and Cloak and Dagger for the following turn. Leg Sweep is going to keep him weakened forever. Although he is going to be shedding his debuffs at one point. Pretty much any time now. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So we'll do the neutralize this turn. Can we just do 12 cards this turn? That wouldn't be so bad. Pen Nib's coming up. Perfect. 10, 11, and then I'll just play a vanilla defense so we can keep the expertise. Alright, so the poison's gone. That's one of the reasons we didn't take the catalyst. This is kind of hard because I'm pretty sure the 4 energy just wants to go to Leg Sweep and Bouncing Flask. So this might not actually be worth... We can hold on to these 2 cards. Yeah, let's just do something like that. So we'll do this. Leg Sweep. Bouncing Flask. Not quite full block, but... which sucks in terms of the Masterful Stab again. So Masterful Stab's kind of unplayable. Yet another reason to take the Poison Stab over the Catalyst. I hadn't accounted for that, but it fits. Don't really need the card draw this turn either. We're going to time out because of all the shivs. So we might as well just pitch. I don't know, doesn't matter. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The reflex. Yeah, we're up to 12. Dexterity, so the Cloak and Daggers are nuts all by themselves. And the poison is slowly accruing. One, 2, 3. Oops, we drew a card. Didn't want to draw a card. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's dead. Whoo-wee! What a fight that was, huh? Well, that's going to do it for Act 3. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I think Time Eater is probably the Act 3 fight that's most like the heart in terms of challenge. I do hope you guys are enjoying yourselves thus far. Please leave any comments you have for me down below, and I'll see you in the final act. Take care.